Okay, so yeah, basically, I started this live just to finish reading this on this part. It's chapter 5. Okay, I got chapter 4 on my Instagram. I got chapter 2 on my Instagram. But this is chapter 5, is be positive, okay? So, chapter 5, be positive. Yes, I'm reading on live just so I can save this archive for myself as well. And I know that people out here, they probably need this word. If you guys would like me to do this more, just let me know. I'm reading this book called Battlefield of the Mind. It's be positive. This is my first time reading this chapter 2, by the way. I haven't dug too deep into this book just because when I feel like I need to do it, that's when I do it. So positive minds produce positive lives, right? Negative mind produce negative lives. Inside the substance of your mind, I say this all the time. You put the substance inside your mind, is what's going to spew out into your life. So if you believe positivity, and positivity is just going to happen. You know, it's a little deeper than that too. Let's just keep going. Some people are afraid to hope because they've been hurt so much in life. They have had so many disappointments, they don't think they can face the pain of another one. Therefore, they refuse to hope so they won't be disappointed. So a little bit on this right here. When this one that says they have had so many disappointments, that's basically a sign to tell you another thing to tell you to keep on going. If you get disappointed, if you get discouraged or disappointed or hurt, that is something you go through so you can relive and find something that's actually going to be worth it for you. If you can go through it in simple terms, if you're going through it, you can live through it, okay? You can live through it, you can live through it. So next one is the avoidance of hope is a type of protection against being hurt. Disappointment hurts. So rather than being hurt again, many people simply refuse to hope or to believe that anything good will ever happen to them. This type of behavior sets up a negative lifestyle. Everything becomes negative because the thoughts are negative. Remember Proverbs 23:7. For as he thinks in his heart, so is he. But people don't know how to pray for real. So when I read things like this and thinking positive mindset, and you know what positive is, things that you do not want to happen is the opposite thing that you think about, okay? That's the same thing, okay? If for everyone that doesn't believe in what most people really will believe in to this day, just think of that. Therefore, they refuse to hope so it won't be disappointed. And that's just sitting there deep right there. It's like a wound that will not heal. Like, okay, my scar right here, I've been hurt like this. You know, it's healed over, but this is an instant reminder of how much I embrace myself on how this art of God that helped put this scar right here. So I see every time I see myself in a mirror, I see this. I'm like, look, this is deeper than the surface because I'm scarred way deeper than this on the inside from what I've been through. Another way of saying that don't hurt yourself, but if you needed to get hurt, it was meant to make you a better person, to have gratitude as well. Because if you get disappointment, it's for you to be grateful for what you do have as well. Disappointed when it doesn't. And then it can go both ways. It's a double-edged sword. So if you don't expect something good to happen and then that sign gets sent that something does happen, it may make you feel better. But in the long run, again, for what we said, you have to think positive things to happen in your life so they happen. So, but if you think positive things to happen and it doesn't happen, you can expect it to still happen. You know, you still expect, just because it didn't happen right there, it's probably a sign for you to not have that at that moment because you had something better in sight for your plan. I've had that pattern in my life often. And what I can relate that to is probably relationships. When you feel like you know that someone is that, but it really wasn't. Their intentions is something way different from what you would expect them intentions to be. Until you keep on going, because, hey, keep on going. Somebody going to be right there by your side through whatever, speaking that into existence. So, again, this book is called Battlefield of the Mind. I'm on chapter 5. Chapter 5 is be positive. And when I really began to study the word and to trust God to restore me, one of the first thing I realized was that the negativism, what is that? Negativism had to go. In Matthew 8:13, Jesus tells us that it will be done for us. Next page. And believe, so it be done unto thee. Everything I believed was negative. So naturally, many negative things happened to me. This doesn't mean that you and I can get anything we want by just thinking about it, right? If you don't have any idea what God's will is for you at this point, at least begin by thinking, well, I don't know God's plan, but I know he loves me. Whatever he does will be good, and I'll be blessed. Begin to think positively about your life that work together for good. Even the negative aspects can work in a good favor, because it's all about your perspective on things. Because if you see something quote unquote negative that is happening, you always can get to the point where it's supposed to be for a reason, for a purpose. So that's what it is. Let's say you're planning to go shopping. You get in the car and it won't start. There are two ways you can look at this situation. You can say, I knew it. It never fails. Every time I want to do something, it all gets messed up. I say, well, I wanted to go shopping, but it looks like I can't go right now. Or it might have been a point to say, look, don't spend that money. That bill is due next week. I believe this change in plans is going to work out for my good. Believing in it, hey, blessings in disguise. You know this, right? There's probably some reason I need to be at home today. So I'm going to enjoy my time there. I recognized immediately that I had a choice to make. I could be irritable because things hadn't worked out the way that I wanted them to, or I could adjust myself to the situation and go ahead and enjoy the trip home. So even a person who is really positive won't have everything work out the way they would like it all the time. But the positive person can go ahead and decide to enjoy himself no matter what happens. The negative person never enjoys anything. That's powerful. You gotta look at again, even a person who is really positive won't have everything work out in the way he would like it all the time. But the positive person can go ahead and decide to enjoy himself no matter what happens. The negative person never enjoys anything. And you may get blessed just for that reason, just by getting through it and understanding on what situation you are. You cannot evolve into the next part of your situation if you don't hold gratitude for where you at right now in your life. And see all this beauty around you, right? Like, that's just like this right here, right? This analogy right here. You see all this beauty right here, and then I'd be like, dang, man, my window is pretty dirty. I should clean that. But then that reason that I should, you know what I mean? It's the same. Thank you. You don't see too many people on here reading stuff like this on here, but I mean, I guess, I try to do something different. Why not? Why not come up on here and read for you guys? It's like a person who smokes. Many times a smoker who has quit smoking has no tolerance for cigarettes. I'm that way. I smoked for many years, but after I quit, I couldn't even stand the smell of smoke. Now this one right here, okay? Not anymore today. Thank you. Thank God. Thank myself. Because I just had this random thought one day when I came here. I'm like, look, I don't want to do this no more. And it's a reason why I didn't want to, because I felt I already liked the fact of me being myself and being able to be a goofy or a positive, fun person without the use of drugs or, alcohol. Even though sometimes it's fine. I relapsed before. Did that before. But it's something that I don't need. I couldn't even eat without having a cigarette. Or not even yeah, I've had cigarettes smoke before, but like a vape, cigarette, or weed, or a mild, And now it just takes an initial thought just to say, look, I don't need this. It may be hard at first when you be like, dang, I want to smoke. Or after you eat, like, dang, now I got to roll up. Or you roll up, I can't eat without rolling up. That's when you know you have a problem. But I'm grateful for the fact that I don't have to do that anymore. And I don't want to go back because it's just something that I don't need that to have fun. So they do have passages from the Bible and other things that I feel in here. They are nice messages, but some of them, of course, you're not going to always correlate and relate to. But only reason is because it's things that we in mind. Having an open mind to something, no matter who you are, no matter what you believe in, the Bible says that we are to have the ready mind. That means that we are able to have minds that are open to the will of God for us, will we ever be. And that's wild. Like, I was just saying that before, we are to have a ready mind. That means that we have to have minds that are open to the will of God for us, whatever that will may be. You just have to trust it.